Hey everyone, welcome back to Thoughts I Think. I'm your host Mike, and today we're going to talk about depression and mental health. As you all know, I was diagnosed with clinical depression back when I was a teenager, about 16, and I've suffered ever since, and it's always been something that I've had troubles learning how to deal with and how to cope with, and I finally feel like I have found a way. And I wanted to share that with you as well as talk about some other stuff. So first, I want to explain what I feel as just a regular person. I'm not a therapist. I'm not licensed. I'm not a doctor. But what I feel like depression is. To me, depression is like a black hole. It's a constant dread, a constant want to not continue, and a constant sadness with the way things are in your life. You just don't like the way it is going. You don't want it to continue. You dread the next 40 years. You dread the next 20 years, the next 2 years. It's just always sadness and depressed about what is to come. I went through quite a long phase where I'm currently 43 and thinking about the fact that I'm probably going to live another 43 plus years and have to go through this for just as long as I've already been through, which feels like it's been forever and quite painful at times. And it was really bothering me that I had to do all that again. But I've kind of come to terms with it, and I understand, and I see the value and where I want to go and what I want to do from here, which has really helped somewhat improve my view on things. So throughout the years, as I mentioned in my first episode about therapy, I've seen a lot of different therapists and had very little success with many of them until recently. And I've never really been able to figure out exactly what bothered me so much, what had me so depressed. And now I've gotten a chance to talk to a pretty good therapist, talk to my wife, and I found it's because I'm living a life that's not me. I don't know Mike. I don't know me. I am not in touch with me, and I'm hiding from the real me because of my past. If you listen to other episodes, you would understand my past. But because of my past, I hide the real me in a shell of this person that I was taught to become. I don't know me. So that really haunts me. And every day I wonder and worry about what other people think. And I worry about, am I doing what's right? Am I looking ridiculous? Am I wrong? And it has completely dragged me down for the last 30 plus years of my life. So recently, something I have found that really helps, and that every therapist or life coach will probably tell you to do, is journaling. I don't do it like a normal journaling would look. I don't have a specific journal or notebook that I write in. I write down every day my thoughts or feelings or whatever the journal for the day is going to be, and then just go with that. I don't do that. This podcast, this whole idea of the Thoughts I Think series, is my journal. Before I record anything, I write down a lot of stuff. I write down what I'm going to talk about. I write down what I'm feeling. I write down how I want to say it. And then I go to record, and I don't really say anything I wrote down, but I got it all out. Felt good, and I cleared my head, and I understand what I want to go with for the episode. And so in that, I have 10 plus random sheets of paper torn out of a notebook from work where I wrote down a bunch of notes. I wrote down a bunch of feelings. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. And then I come on here and I just let it all off my chest. I talk. Of course, there's some stuff that's private that I don't tell everyone. I maybe talk to my wife or my therapist about, but I talk on here about a lot of stuff. And this alone is something that I never could have done in the past. I don't like talking to crowds of people. I don't like talking in front of people. I don't like putting myself out there where I can be judged further. And that's what I'm doing. But in doing that, I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone. I'm letting things off my chest. And I have found that I'm discovering I'm not alone. There are other people in the comments and that have talked to me that have similar issues and have similar feelings about things. I'm not alone. I know that this is not unusual. I'm not broken, and it's fixable. Another thing that I have found that really helps, that I always kind of just, whatever, when I was told in the past, is exercise. I'm not one that goes to the gym. I don't go work out. I don't do any workouts at home, and I don't go for walks or runs either. My exercise is I go in the backyard with my son and my dog, and we throw the ball around. Sometimes I'll throw a baseball with my son, or sometimes I'll just play with the dog. But it gets me outside in the sun, moving around, having fun, laughing at the dog, talking to my son, laughing with him, exercising. By the time I'm done with that, I'm physically tired. I haven't thought about whatever was bothering me all day, and I feel better. Not 100%, but it had certainly helped in the process. And that's something I never considered doing before, because I always hear exercise helps. And I thought, whatever. Exercise is bullshit. It makes you tired. It's a waste of time. And I don't care to be healthy. Is kind of the feeling I always had. But now I understand. It does help, and I need to be healthy. I want to be healthy. And that's something I need to continue to work on, because I do not eat like a healthy person. The other thing I have found in my experience is that rest. Again, this is one I kind of poo-pooed my whole life, but a good rest really makes a big difference. When I'm tired, I am a miserable little shit. I am so depressed. I hate my life. It's awful. When I'm not tired, I'm awake. I'm talking with someone. I'm, for lack of a better term, enjoying the day. I'm not quite so bad. I mean, I have my bad days, of course, but it's nothing like when I'm tired. When I'm tired and my brain has nothing to do but wallow in misery, that's the worst. So if I get good sleep, I'm not tired all day, I feel much better. That's a big one. And then the next one, kind of already mentioned, is talking it out. I have basically two people I talk to about just about anything. First one's my wife. Second one's a good friend of mine that I go golfing with and do a lot of stuff with. But I will talk to either one of them. I will talk to them about almost anything. My wife more so than the friend. But if I just talk it out, I tell them, a lot of times they have a voice of reason, or it gets it off my chest, whatever the case may be, but it helps to just soothe me, gets it off my chest, gives me a chance to relax now that I've gotten it out. And the last thing is just take a break. If a lot of times when I'm at work, that's when I have a lot of anxiety and maybe depression or a lot of issues. When I'm in the middle of doing something in public, sometimes that really bothers me because of my fear of judgment of people. So if I just take a break, that's a big one. I sit down, maybe in my car at my lunch break at work or wherever. I sit down, close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just kind of focus on where I am. Focus on the current things my body is doing, where I'm sitting, how I'm breathing. And this is something I was taught recently, and it helps a lot. But taking that deep breath, almost that meditation style, really helps to calm the mind and to get me through what I'm going through with the depression. So I wanted to share those few things that I have found have helped after many, many years of struggling to find a therapist or to learn. Some of this I got from my therapist, some I've heard from podcasts I listen to, some I've read in my research. I'm starting to understand, find more ways. And for those of you that have troubles finding this or getting this, I hope this helps you. Click the like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you or talk to you again. Leave your comments on any advice that you have as well, and I will talk to you later this week.